Two new shows coming this fall here at Wize Sports Bettin. Peace and profits. Thanks for watching Wize Plays WNBA. Today is Friday, September 26th, and it's time for Game 3 of the WNBA Semi-Finals. I know y'all like, why is she laughing? I got a Band-Aid on my finger. Y'all see this? My hand's always ashy because I wash dishes right before. Y'all know I'm a tomboy. I'm not a glamour chick. I try sometime, but I just want to let y'all know I went through so much opposition to bring you this video today. I ain't even going to waste your time on telling you, all right? And we just going to get to it. And in case you're new to the channel and you didn't know, this is a data-driven educational sports betting channel, so my breakdown might differ slightly. Excuse me. It's kind of chilly this morning. My breakdown might differ slightly from what you're used to, all right? So Game 3 of the WNBA Semi-Finals, yay! The first game is my hometown. This game is the Las Vegas Aces at Indiana Fever. And this game comes on 4:30 West Coast time. All right, West Coast. The money line is Aces minus 185, Fever plus 154. The total is 163. Choosing the over is at minus 108, under at minus 112. The spread is Aces minus 4.5 at minus 110. Fever plus 4.5 at minus 110, all right? Now, as you know, this series is tied 1-1. Aces are the overall stat-best team this season. They are 30-14. Fever are 24-20. Fever is 13-9 at home. Vegas is 13-9 away. In the last 10, Fever are 6-4, averaging 80.5 points per game. Aces are 8-2, averaging 87.5 points per game. Now, the first thing that rings out to me, and I know you're not going to hear a lot of people that do breakdowns and analysis or whatever we want to call them, go there, but I got to go there. The first thing that rings out is that the Fever's head coach, Stephanie White, is out tonight. The Fever are better at home, but in the playoffs, home court energy can only carry you so far. Coaching adjustments usually decide games, okay? They played 2 games with assistant coach Austin Kelly. They are 1-1 under him. They beat the Chicago Sky with Atkins out and Angel Reese limited. She came out the game early, so it wasn't an impressive win, okay? And then they lost to Golden State under his coaching. And Golden State, with all due respect, ain't no Las Vegas Aces. Y'all, so on the sideline, you got Becky Hammond, a championship coach with NBA and WNBA pedigree. She was the first full-time female assistant coach in the NBA with the Spurs under Greg Popovich. She's a 6-time WNBA All-Star, long pro career, all right? She's a respected leader on the court. She's a 2-time WNBA championship head coach. I mean, she's known for her adjustments, composure, and ability to win chess matches. Ability to win the chess match, I want to say, in playoffs. And she's up against Austin Kelly, Fever's assistant coach. And he stepped up, like I said, and I'm not trying to slam him, but just hear me out. He stepped up in acting as head coach twice this season, record 1-1. He beat a depleted Sky team and lost to Golden State. So he's still building his resume and hasn't proven himself in playoff pressure situations. So Becky versus Austin, to me, just really ain't a fair fight. You know, and in the playoffs, that gap matters. And it hurts for me to say this because Fever's my hometown. That's my team. But I'm like, what? Austin versus Becky? Come on now. That's like David versus Goliath. That's like me pulling out my 9 or my 38 and you got a slingshot. You know what I'm saying? That's like a pit bull in a fight with no teeth. I don't see it. So, I mean, the Fever have shown that they can beat the Aces, and I love them, and I hope the human factor kicks in and they win tonight. But the stats lean in the Aces' favor, all right? We got David and got Goliath coaching tonight, all right? So, for me, it's Aces for the win. And in the last show, I told you 8 of the last 10 Fever games went under 164.5, and today we're dealing with 163. So to use that mark, Aces versus Fever went under 163 in 3 of the last 4. Just so you know, on 9/23, Game 2, 90 to 168, total was 158. 9/21, Game 1, 89 to 73, the total was 162. July 24th, 80 to 70, total was 150. And then June 22nd, it was the only one that went over, 89-81 for 170. So 3 of the 4 head-to-head went under 163. All right. And Fever, like I told you last show, covers the spread more than the Aces. I don't remember it, but I think it's like 80% of the time. And I'm not going to give you the exact numbers, but the Fever covered it more. I remember reading that. So, quick recap. The numbers say the Aces for the win. Check out, I said how the numbers say. All right, it's a stat-based channel. I got to go with the stat-based, stat-best, not my heart. Okay, y'all know my heart is with the Fever, but I got to stay true to the channel's, whole, what's the word I'm looking for? Whole identity, all right? So, numbers say Aces for the win, total under 163, Fever to cover the spread. Now, the game pace could push it over, and a locked Aces team could cover. And so just bear that in mind, but those are the stats, all right? Next game, on to the next one, on to the next. Minnesota Lynx at Phoenix Mercury, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Pacific Standard Time. The money line is Lynx minus 162, Mercury plus 136. The total is 158.5. Over or under is at minus 110. The spread is Lynx minus 4 at minus 110. Mercury plus 4 at minus 110. All right. The stat best team in this matchup is the Lynx. In all matchups since 2005, the Lynx won 65. Mercury 132. Now I know y'all like, why you using this wide lens? I have to because sometimes people will look at a game and be all hyped up and all pumped up, and then I have to widen the lens just for them to be like, oh, okay, that was the only time they won since they only won twice since last. Okay, so just so you know, in all matchups since 2005. The Lynx 165, the Mercury only 132, and that's regular season plus playoff history combined. And I know that's a very wide lens. So, but in the season, Lynx are 34-10, Mercury are 27-17. Last show I told you Mercury are 5-5 in the last 10, Lynx are 7-3. But since then, the Lynx won. The Lynx lost. So now they're both 6-4 in this last 10. So now it's an even matchup in terms of momentum. But Mercury are 15-7 at home, and Lynx are 14-8 on the road. So Mercury are only one game better at home than Lynx are on the road. And on a side note, Lynx have the best home record in the league. Okay. In their last 10 matchups, Lynx won 8 of the last 10. In their last 10 matchups, Lynx won 8 of the last 10. All right, so statistically, Lynx slam dunk Mercury. I could give you the score in the last 10 games, ranging from June 22nd, 2024 to September 23rd, 2025. Those last 10 games, but I'm not going to run through all that for you. I'm not going to give you the score of all 10 games. Just remember, the point is that the Mercury only won twice, all right? And in those 2 games that they won in the last 10, that date back to July 9th on 2024, the last game, they won by 6 points, and the other game was only by 8 points on July 9th, and one of those 2 games had to go in overtime for the Mercury to beat them. So I definitely like the Lynx for the win, even though the Mercury has been hitting them threes and at home, and they've been looking scrappy in the last game they won, but y'all, that's only the second time they beat the Lynx since July of 2024. So I don't go with the hype. I have to go with the numbers, okay? Hype-wise, woo! But historically, like I say, analytics are the map, but humans drive the car. And Mercury drove the car despite the data being in favor of the Lynx the last game. But historically and statistically, they're not consistent. Okay? And this has been since 2005. So, 6 of the 10 of their last head-to-heads went under. The only overs were when both teams really lit it up. Otherwise, the trend leans under. And now, in the playoffs, defense usually tightens. Okay? So unless there's another overtime, the safer lean is the under. The Lynx are 26, 19, and 1 against the spread this season. And the Mercury are 23, 23, and 1. So statistically, in this analysis, this is how it goes, y'all. Lynx to win, total under 158.5. Lynx to cover the spread. Keep an eye out on the comment section. I'll highlight some player trends in the comments later. So far, I like Wilson plus 22 because she averages 23 point something per game. And in the last 10 games, she's been hitting 25. So that's one of the player trends I like. Y'all let me know which of these player performances are more likely to happen, all right? So I'll check that for the comments later. And I might also put it inside of the community pages, all right? So thank you for watching Wize Plays WNBA. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with a sports betting friend of yours if you found it interesting or entertaining in any kind of way. And remember, bet wise and never bet more than you can afford to lose, all right? Don't forget to check out the Wize Sports Betting Shorts channel for the Major League Baseball Stat-best team highlights and other content not seen here. Thank you for watching, and good luck to you.